I'm excited to chat with you because this song, Gerard Obsesión, is so catchy and such fun. I have to ask you at the beginning, though, I know that you're sort of described as Latin pop or just pop. How do you tend to describe your music?
I think it's Latin pop because Latin pop, you can bring all the flavors of the Latin world, but also some sounds from the pop music. So it's that's the perfect thing, Latin pop, because I mix reggaeton or flamenco and then pop or rock. I mix everything in it.
Who were some of your musical influences when you were growing up?
Oh, a few. I mean, I'm still in love with Talia, the Mexican artist. She's a singer and actress, and she's been my idol since I was like 12. But then, I mean, like Cheyenne, Ricky Martin, Madonna, Cher, of course. I mean, a lot of people that are really, it's a very broad, range of music because I also like a lot of like rock, but like from Argentina, like Soda Stereo, Gustavo Cerati, they are like very influential artists from the 80s and 90s in the rock world, you know. So I like a little bit of everything.
Obsession is super catchy. It's very sexy. Talk about writing this song. Where did the inspiration come from? Or are you not allowed to say?
No, I am allowed to say. I wanted to do something sexier. You know, I did this song last year. We released "Entrégate Ya." It has like this pop and reggaeton and like Egyptian and like Indian music. It's a very sexy mixture of sounds. And Obsession is the continuation of that song, I would say. You know, because it's like I want something like that, but even sexier. Because I think like I said, you know, you want to show all of your flavors, you know. So I was like, I want to show that side of me also, you know, that being comfortable sexually and being sensual and showing a little bit more. So I said, I wanna make a sexy song. That was the first thing that I said
You
to my
succeeded, my
producers.
friend. You succeeded.
Thank you, thank you. And the video helped. The
Well, we'll
video
get to
helped.
that. We'll get to
Yeah.
that. When I messaged people to advertise your interviews, many people got back and said, they were excited because I'm going to be speaking to you. Have many people or a number of people reached out to you and talked to you about the song and asked you questions and said how much, they really enjoy it, play it before they go to a club, play it on their way to work so they could get hyped for the day?
Yeah, yeah. A lot of the people that follow me listen to my music when they study. I don't know why, but they love it, and they say, like, you know that I listen to your music every day when I need to study for university or whatever. For working out also works. So I've heard a lot of different things. You know, it's like okay, but this one in particular, Obsession. Uh, People kind of like got surprised that was like, oh, it's a very sexy song and the video and everything. So they are like very like, oh, I love it. I really love this kind of like uh, flavor in your music, you know, a little more sexy, a little more like um dirty, but not dirty in a bad word, you know, like the sound is more like yeah, dirty, but
Yeah,
no, you know, yeah,
but
like
not
the
but
sound
not
is already
yes, I understand. It's completely those are words that you can real those are really only words you can use for those
yeah,
songs. I mean, you can't there's no other way to describe describe.
yeah,
It's very
yeah.
sexy, it's very exciting and dirty, I guess, in a non like inappropriate.
Yeah, in an appropriate way, because the video, even though it's sexy and of course I have the dancer, the dancer, the actors, they were amazing. Madison is an incredible dancer. She's worked with me before, and she is amazing and classy. You know, it was like sexy but classy, but Yeah, it's
Enticing, very enticing is the
yeah,
English word I would use. And let me ask you about the at the beginning of the song, it kind of has like a Michael Jackson feel to it because she's wearing the fedora, she's got the
yeah.
suit, and I felt like very Michael Jackson in that
Smooth
moment.
criminal.
Yeah, smooth criminal. Exactly. That's what I thought. Where did the inspiration for this video come from? The storyline for it.
Well, the storyline kind of like came to me. I was, I always produce a song, and when the song is ready, I take 1 or 2 days to listen to the song, digest the song, and take all the flavors. And see, okay, what I want to say with this song, and and then I was looking for studios to film the video, and I saw this studio that was like a club, but like with Egyptian figures and symbols, and I was like, that was perfect, because the song has like some Egyptian and like they say world sound, in the mixture. So I was like, this is perfect. Then it came back to me, okay, wow, yeah, and I wanted to really embrace women, saying like we always see in Hollywood in every single video that the women are there as a toy. It's like they are showing like that. In this case, she has all the power. And the idea is like, she sees that, it's like, that's bullshit. I will show you how to do it. I will show you how to do it. And she says, like, look at me, watch me now. Um, and that's how you really do it. So I wanted to show that, in this video, she has the power.
Well, you
And
said
and
let go, and she sure does.
yeah, she
she
does let go and she shows, that she has the power and she's the boss.
Her moves are exceptional. There's a little bit of pole dancing. There's a lot of wonderful regular dancing. Did you sort
Yeah.
of speak with her and say, "Look, this is"? I mean, you didn't choreograph, you choreographed the
No.
no, but she
Sh
did an exceptional job of playing into it. Did you talk to her about the elements you wanted to see from her dance?
Well, I know that she does pole dancing on the side. She's a professional dancer. I mean, she danced with a lot of artists. She did a few videos with me. She's done tours. She's amazing. But she also does pole dancing, and it's like a very hard uh, discipline, because you need to have like very strong body and the line. If you do it right, you need to be really prepared for that. And so I said, look, I want this to be sexy, but showing that you are the boss and you have the power in this situation, and you are going to show us how it's done. And that's what I just said. And she did one time. She did it one time, and I was like, this is amazing. And we did it again, with little tweaks here and there, and saying, okay, now look at the camera in this part, or do more of this movement. But it was all her doing because she was that amazing.
I have to say the guy who's featured with you is not so bad to look at as well, and
Alex is
he's got some
amazing.
moves. Was it meant to be sort of a threesome vibes for you, or is it just this is her spouse and he's finally letting her have her way with herself?
Is whatever your imagination wants to be, wanted to be. It's open to interpretations what you want to see in that video. you
Okay.
know and also the song is about that. So just is whatever you want to put the end of that story is yours. But Alex is the best. I met him before. He was doing a play with a friend of mine. And when I was doing the auditions, he sent the material, and I was like, oh, Alex, I remember Alex. And he's from Brazil. He's a very cool guy. And he was everyone in this shoot was amazing. Everyone, we had a lot of little technical problems in the beginning because the studio was having some troubles. The studio itself was having some troubles, and everyone put their best of their best, and we did it. but because we did it because of them, because of the people that work with me.
I have to ask what your songwriting process is like. Do you find a beat and then you find lyrics to go with it, or do the lyrics find you and then you're like, okay, let's craft some music around it?
I start with my producer, and I always say, look, I have an idea. I want a song like that with this kind of music, with this kind of vibe. He sent me a draft of a beat, and then I write over that, and then I write over that, and then when I have the entire lyric, um, then I record the parts, and then we go back and then we record some parts, and then he adds some instruments, and I say, okay, change that, put this drum, I don't like the guitar, change this part, this melody is wrong, you know? And so we go adding stuff, and then we add all the second voices and the chorus and everything. And at the end, it's just, okay, we just tweak some of the sounds, you know, like, okay, all the composition is done. Now we go to the details, you know. So okay, the entrance should be shorter, or the beat should be a little, you know, the volume should be louder in this part. So, but I always start with the draft of a beat, you know. I need the beat to really get me into the mood of the song.
How much of a hand then do you have on the production side of the music that you make? Do you help them sort of craft and say, okay, the guitars need to go a little higher here, we should add a little bit more 808 beats, things like that?
Yeah, completely. I'm a I'm a I'm a pain. I'm so particular and so obsessive about how I want it to be. And I'm very, very professional. You know, always with everyone loves to work with me. I would say that. I'm a pain, but everyone will come back. And I mean, I worked with the dancers 3 or 4 times. Madison came back for the third time. So I'm good at that, but I'm very specific. I don't want to waste time, and I don't want to waste time of others. So I'm very specific, and I know what I want. So I say, okay, look, this guitar sounds perfect, but this little part we need to tweak it because it's not going with the flow. Okay, done. And this uh, this synth is not sounding completely right. What can we do? And but I always also invite the producer to give an opinion. And sometimes I send the lyrics. I always send the lyric and say, look, what do you think about the lyrics? Do you think that are cool? And he said, well, I love it, but I mean, I think this word is not exactly right for the rhyme. Do you want to change it? So sometimes I change it. Sometimes I like, no, I like it like that. Just leave it. So he participates, you know, but I'm all the time there, you know, trying to make it right.
With Obsesión, is there a chance for a full album or an EP coming in the near future?
Yeah, we released my first album last September in 2022 with 11 songs, and that album was called Primero, first, and that was my first album, and this is the first single after that album, and I think this song Obsesión is going to open for a EP, you know, for like an a EP with like a new music, new sound, more poppy, like Obsesión. My prior work was more like urbano, you know, with urbano sounds and more like a lot of Latin flavors. But I think like Obsesión is opening for like a little and a more poppy sound.
Who are some artists you would love to work with in the future on a song? Obviously, we touched on some of your favorite musicians like Dalia in
Yeah.
the beginning. Is there someone or some ones you would love to collaborate with on a song coming soon?
Well, all of them that I named before, but also Lali is an Argentinian artist that I love, and she's like being amazing, and she's like doing a lot of things, and she's becoming super big internationally, and I love her, and She's one of my favorite artists right now.
You're a part of social media. Why is that such an important way for you to connect with the fans?
Well, I think it's with social media, the good thing is I remember when I was growing up and looking up to these artists that I love, um, it was hard to, they will release a single or a CD and they will come to promote the album and then disappear for 2 years. Maybe they will come to the shows, but then will disappear for 2 years and then will come back with another album. And in the meantime, I was like, oh, what is happening to them? Or what is, it's like it's a way better way to communicate with fans and with people and letting them know what you're doing, and it keeps the connection and it keeps the yeah, that connection, and it nurture that connection, right? Because you are every day sharing stuff and they are sharing their own thing. I have a lot of fans that they write me with the when they have a milestone or whatever. I say, oh, I'm getting married, or my sister getting married, and I want to share this with you. And I love it. I love it because they also share stuff with me, and I love that part because it's that music is to connect. And I'm doing music, and I'm doing this to connect with people, in another level. And if my music speaks to them, and that's like amazing.
That brings me to my next question, which is what would you like to say to everyone who are fans and supporters of the incredibly beautiful music that you make?
I just want to say thank you because I'm doing what I love, and in the all the process when I started my first single as a solo artist was Esta Noche in 2020. There's you know now it's like 3 years or 4 years already of creating music, and writing my own music, and people are receiving it with open arms, and that's amazing. That's beautiful. And even though sometimes I change the vibe and the rhythm and the kind of music I'm doing, they still loving it and they are still supporting me. So just that, thank you, and with all of my heart. I'm I'm very grateful to do what I do.